What's going on YouTube? LTH coming at you with a video. 713 the Space City, we up in here. Alright, so the 53-man roster has been released and there were moves that were made, roster moves, and there were some surprise moves and releases that were made. So here were the list of players that were released, was such as Damon Arnett, Solomon Byrd, Eli Cox, Ladarius Henderson, Daniel Jackson, Jawar Jordan, Luke Lachey. I mean, I can't pronounce a guy. I can't pronounce his name. The deep, but Casey Osei, linebacker, Cornell Powell, Keaton Slovis, which they should have kept. Junior Tafuna, Jalen Thomas, Zach Thomas, Jackson Woodard, and Russ Yeast. And the players that were released was Trent Brown, Harrison Bryant, Miles Bryant, Quintez Cephas, Blake Ferguson, long snapper, Jacob Johnson, Arthur Mollett, Connor McDermott, Jalen Mills, who they should have kept, Nick Neiman, D'Angelo Ross, and KC Hill. And then, of course, a surprising trade that happened. Austin Dick Cullis went to the Chargers via trade. And of course, the need for the players unable to perform, the Nico Autry, Tank Dell, who will miss this year, Kurt Hinish, and Jimmy Ward, commissioner exempt list. So placed on reserve engine Irv Smith. That's interesting. Well, and of course, my biggest surprise, Graham Graham Mertz, making a roster despite having 3 picks in that Vikings game. Though he did look good in that preseason finale, but I still feel like Slovis should have made the roster. And the fact that they kept 2 tight ends, they could at least kept Irv Smith or Harrison Bryant, who was just recently required in that John Mechie trade. They could at least kept another tight end. And the Texans keeping 8 defensive backs, kind of a head scratcher to me, because long term, I really don't trust MJ Stewart. Yeah, I could see the Texans still making moves, and hopefully they can, bring Harrison Bryant back, as the third tight end, along with bringing back Jalen Mills, which would, or Russ Yeast, one of the, I mean, I say bring back Jalen Mills because, in case Chauncey Gardner, happens to miss any games, because, you know, secondary appears to be my, concern on the defensive side, just like O-line is my big concern on the offensive side. So, I mean, like I always talked about, there's trimming down the 53 man doesn't come without a surprises. I mean, hopefully, they can up the depth in the secondary and, you know, add a third tight end. And hey, you know, it's about what D'Amico and Nick Casario are cooking up. But that's my quick 53-man roster reaction, for 2025. So there you have it. Lloyd Houston checking on up out of here. Let's go.